$250. True or false? A woman in Idaho has filed a big lawsuit because she was stuck in a restroom stall and couldn't get out.
Why, that's false imprisonment. She had to slip her complaint under the door. She was
stuck in this restroom stall and couldn't get out. Is a woman suing because of that?
I would say yes.
I'll agree to that.
You got yourself $250. Congratulations.
Paul, Lynde, Black.
Paul, has there ever been a 9-pound goldfish?
Yes, and it starred in the Japanese version of Jaws.
9-pound goldfish.
Well, some people classify carp as goldfish, and I've seen them weigh that.
He said yes.
Yes, I'd say.
I agree.
In fact, it made the Guinness Book of Records just recently. We have a commercial. You're on the... Paul, you are listening to passion music. In all probability, where are you?
The Oxnard Conservatory of Electronics and Massage.
I've passed it many times, yes. You're listening to passion music. In all probability, where are you if you listen to passion music?
I would say you're in church.
In church.
I disagree.
Sure, it's the sacred opera, usually sung during Holy Week and only in church. Can't put a circle there, Ruth?
Paul, Lynde.
Righty, for $250. A famous person stated recently, Paul, I have not been frustrated by being number 2, and I'm having a great time. Who was it?
Henry Weinberg. That's Liz's trick. Let's see.
That's Liz's ex trick, yeah.
Well, this week. I'll say it must be Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
I agree.
That's it, $250, Ruth Ann. Congratulations. Now, Paul, what's another name for the famous Queen of the Adriatic?
Could be so many people.
Another name for the famous Queen of the Adriatic.
I'll say Greece.
Greece.
I disagree.
No, Venice, Italy. Venice. With a circle. George, your turn.
Hal Linden.
Star, my friend.
Paul Lynde, please.
No, I would have gone to Sandy to block. This may work out. I'll give you 2 lines. You give me the title of the famous song. You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh.
Da 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 da. Kiss the sigh, da 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 da. As time goes by.
As time goes by.
I agree.
Put an X there, Ruth, quickly.
Sandy.
I'll take Paul Lynde, please.
Paul, true or false? Jerry Lewis paid $15,000 to have his dog fitted with a hearing aid.
Yes, but he actually raised $150,000.
I agree.
Well, I tell you, I hope it's true, and if it is, I'm going to call him because Harry's losing his hearing. And if that's possible, I'd sure spend it.
He said, yeah, it's true.
I agree.
Yeah, it's true. Jerry loves that dog, just like you love old Harry McAfee. Okay, Paul, true or false? Gypsy folklore says that God created man by baking him in an oven.
Looks like you were overcooked.
Is that true or false?
Oh, you'll have to give it to me again.
Okay. Gypsy folklore says that God created man by baking him in an oven. True or false?
True.
I'll agree.
That is true. All right. Cliff, your turn. False. Eating a lot of cheese can help cut down on how much pain you feel.
That's why I never serve a salad with Roquefort.
In other words, cheese can cut down on how much pain you feel. True or false?
Well, nutritionally, cheese is not that good for you. I'm going to say it doesn't cut down on the pain.
He said that's false.
I think I'll disagree.
It contains a substance which makes you less sensitive to pain. Good to hear that. All right, you've got the circle, and Cliff, it's your turn. Paul, true or false? For $60, any tourist can have his picture taken next to the Golden Gate Bridge with a naked lady.
And with extra $40, you get to cross the bridge.
Can you have your picture taken next to the Golden Gate Bridge with a naked lady for $60?
Yes.
I'll agree.
To show the folks back home, I guess you're having a swinging time in San Fran. You've got the circle. Cliff? Paul? Superstitious people believe that stepping on something will bring bad luck. Stepping on what?
Frank Sinatra's foot. The crack in the sidewalk.
Step on a crack.
I agree.
That's right, with a circle. Then, Paul, true or false? Vitamins can make you smell bad.
That's why I prefer not to exercise with Jack LaLanne. Some vitamins can.
Agree.
B1 is a killer, yes. Okay, all right, you got the circle. Dan, your turn. Within two, how many husbands have the three Gabor sisters had among them?
You mean including our own? How many
husbands have the Gabor sisters have had? Yes, combined, totaled. Within two.
Oh, within two.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say within a dozen. Let's see, two. Let's see. 2, 4. All the sisters?
All the
not
sisters
just
combined.
Shah
No,
Jahan.
no.
I will say a 10.
10.
Agree.
17.
Oh.
Put an X there. Okay, pick a star. True or false? According to the Los Angeles Times, right before he died, Show and Lie said, "I shall soon be seeing Karl Marx."
But first, Jean Harlow. He was certainly his idol. I would think that would be some
Yes,
form
that
of-
is true.
I agree.
That is true. All right, you've got the Paul Lynde to win. On May 20th, 1927, something historic began, which lasted 33 hours and 29 minutes. What?
Wasn't that the year of the Dione quintuplets?
May 20th, 1927, something historic began. 1927, May 20th, which lasted 33 hours and 29 minutes. Historic.
Historic. 27.
I don't think Paul has a bluff for this. Jan, would you like the question?
No.
I bet you George knows. What is it, George?
Lindbergh flew across the ocean.
That's right. Lindbergh's famous flight to New York to Paris. Actually, St. Louis to Paris. All right, back to a Paul Lynde question. Paul, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, what bad habit will your dog probably develop if you constantly feed him table scraps?
You'll want Thursdays off. He will just drive you crazy when you're having, your meal with your family or something.
Begging.
He'll be begging all the time.
I agree.
That's absolutely correct. Circle gets the square. We have a tie game.
Paul Lynde to black.
Paul, if you stripped all the paint off the Mona Lisa, what would you find underneath?
A T-shirt. If I stripped all the paint off.
In other words, what was it painted on, the Mona Lisa?
Oh. Obviously not canvas, I guess, huh?
I didn't say there was.
I know. Well, I'll go with canvas.
Canvas.
I'll agree.
No, wood. It's painted on wood. Can't put an X there.
Okay. Paul Lynde, please.
Paul, at what famous place in America will you find couples strolling arm in arm along Flirtation Walk and smooching at a place called Kissing Rock?
Oh, Leavenworth.
Very famous place in America. Couples stroll arm in arm along Flirtation Walk and smooch at a place called Kissing Rock.
I saw that movie 80 times. West Point.
West Point.
I agree.
I saw the movie too, yes, all right. With another circle. According to Glamour magazine, Paul, do people tend to eat more when the lights are low?
What?
Do people tend to eat more when the lights are low? Do they tend to eat more when the lights are low, people?
Low.
Yeah, do they tend to eat more when the lights are low, people?
Yes, yes.
He said yes, they do.
I disagree.
You play the game beautifully. People tend to eat less and more slowly in dim lighting. It is no, with another circle. All right.
Lynn.
All righty. Paul, true or false, scientists say that a small child will believe the story that the stork brought him easier than he will how it really happened.
What do you mean, really happened?
Is that true, that he'll believe the story of the stork easier than the true story? If a parent tells him the true story or the stork, he'll take the stork story?
Well, I can only go by... I was told the stork story, and I believed it, and I thought it was charming.
He says true.
Oh, I disagree.
It's true. Put an X there. Interesting. Major, go right ahead.
Paul Lynde.
Paul. Pope Paul. Pope Paul VI recently stated that if women take it too far, it can pose a threat to their spiritual and moral integrity. Take what too far?
A bus with reclining seats.
If women take it too far, it can pose a threat to their spiritual and moral integrity. Take what too far?
I would say loose living.
Loose living.
I agree.
Nope. Women's lib. Women's lib. Put an X there. Major, break. You are a gorilla's worst enemy. What are you?
A discount furrier. What would be the biggest enemy of a gorilla? Probably man.
Man.
I agree.
His only real enemy is man. Yes, with a circle. Major?
I'll go to Sue Sandwich.
True or false? The United States Department of Agriculture has finally managed to develop a mini pig.
I hear you can kick him a mile. As a football. A mini pig.
Yeah,
I don't
they've
know why
developed a mini pig.
I wouldn't know why they'd want a mini pig. I mean, because you grow them for food. Mini pig. I'll say true.
He said, yes, they've developed a mini pig.
I'll agree.
I'll tell you why. For research, mainly, it's very small and docile. You know, their skin is very similar to humans. They're very akin in many respects. With a circle, Tom, your turn. Game, several ways to play this. How are you going to play?
Paul Lynde.
Okay, for a tie game, $250. What well-known space-age word comes from the Latin for little chest?
Joni.
Space-age word comes from the Latin for little chest.
Well, I'll just go with, you know, the first one that comes to mind, orbit.
Orbit.
I'll disagree.
A capsule. Yes, we have a tie game. That's nice. Why did Robinson Crusoe call his island companion Friday?
Because Thursday was his day off. Friday.
Why did he call him Friday? Why did Robinson Crusoe call his island companion Friday?
I will, boy, I don't remember for sure, but I would say that that's when they met.
That's when they met, on that day.
I'll agree.
That's right. You have the X. Okay, Jody. Paul, according to the new book of knowledge, the most important use of leather is for what?
To hold animals together. What is the
most important use of leather?
Gee, I would say today it would be clothing.
A little more specific.
A little more specific.
Leather.
Upholstery?
Upholstery. Lee?
I disagree.
Shoes, Paul. We were in the right. Yes, we had to be shoes. You were right with clothing, but we needed shoes. You have the circle, and Ken, it's your turn. Paul, what does the name Jose Iturbi remind you of?
How hard it is to get good help these days.
Jose Iturbi, what does that remind you of, the name, Jose Iturbi?
It reminds me of Amparo Iturbi, his sister, a pianist.
Piano.
I agree.
Great concert pianist. Right, you have the circle. Ken, your turn. I'm terribly sorry. Paul Lynde, sure. Paul, true or false? During the recent holidays, Rosemarie, our own Rosemarie, entertained on a cruise ship.
Entertainment. Not according to the reviews. Anyway, she thought it was a troop ship. Or I should have said tramp steamer. Yes, she did. She said she had the greatest time. She told us the other night.
I'm going to disagree again.
Oh, yeah, she entertained. She got a new act, and it's terrific. I mean, it's really terrific, and we're very proud of you. So we put an X there, and Ken, it's your turn.
Paul Lynde.
Paul, true or false? Women smokers in Uganda traditionally put the lit end of the cigarette into their mouths.
Don't tell me what they do with their chewing gum. Let's see.
Is that true or false? The women put the lit end in their mouths in Uganda.
Yeah, I think Ugandans do that.
Lee?
I'll agree.
The men smoke just the way we do, but the women do that. You've got two circles. Ken, your turn. True or false? Kate Smith. Kate Smith is a Texas Ranger.
But I'll always remember her as a big singing star. Kate Smith.
Is she a Texas Ranger?
Well, I know she was, you know, that baseball team that's made her an honorary member, I think. Yes, she is.
I'll agree.
An honorary member of the Texas Rangers. Okay, well, the next book, Still More Answers. Can a moose remember anything?
Just enough to have more moose.
You say that a moose can remember something?
Or is it mooses? I don't know why they didn't get it. What? What?
You say they can remember.
I didn't know. I was nodding my head. I was saying, what is the question?
Oh, according to the book, Still More Answers, can a moose remember anything, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
I'll agree.
Definitely, every kind of creature on Earth can remember and forget. All right, your turn, Martha. Paul, can a rock, an ordinary rock, can a rock be female?
Can after 30 years of marriage. Rock be female. Yes, yes, they do have genders.
I'll agree.
Rocks are neuter. No, unless you get hit by one. Yes. Put another circle there.